The definition of the back panel allows us to define different plate thicknesses to be used. We can see this when we enter the value 0 in the middle segment, then the back panel will not be drawn here. Furthermore, if I revoke this, we can control in the definition whether split back panels are generated or not. For example, if I create a horizontal groove of 6 mm here, then the back panel will be divided accordingly. The same applies if I have two segments for the door. The back panel will be drawn continuously at first, but the horizontal or vertical definition can also determine whether it should be divided or not. The decision of whether a back panel is drawn continuously is also determined by whether the value for the top groove is correct. If I enter a value of 17 mm here, it will simply be cut off because it doesn't make sense to leave 2 mm, which means formulas are defined here, but if I have a value of perhaps 12 mm, then the whole thing can be constructed structurally. So I can easily decide whether the back panel is built or not by simply entering 19 or 19 here. Let me reset everything back to 6 mm. The distance from the back controls whether the back panel is grooved or rabbet, because in this construction, the back panel is rabbet since a groove is not possible here. But I can also say that if I have a larger value, then it will be grooved again, but I can also control this by simply forcing the groove execution as rabbet. It is always relevant to refer back to what is stated in the help section, and in the footer of the help, it states that no dado cuts will be generated if groove on sides and middle sides is continuous is set. Otherwise, subtraction bodies are always drawn. For CNC output, it is sometimes relevant to simply generate continuous grooves. For the wood list, it is relevant what type of joints we have here, and what entries are made for clearance. Based on these values, the measurement for the back panel is calculated for cutting.